It has been 10 years since former President Barack Obama established the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals policy, better known as DACA. The program shields immigrants brought to the U.S. illegally as minors from deportation if they meet certain requirements. Former Homeland Security Secretary under President Obama, Janet Napolitano, told CBS News that she did not think DACA would still be in place a decade after it was signed. However, the policy's fate currently hangs in limbo. For more, I want to bring in Natalia Aristizabal. She is the Deputy Director of Make the Road New York, a progressive grassroots immigrant-led organization. Natalia, thanks for being with us. The New York Times reports that 60% of those protected by DACA are 26 or older. So what has the policy specifically provided for these people over the past 10 years?
Well, for the last 10 years, DACA has been a program that has been life-saving for the young people and now young adults or adults that qualify for it. It allowed at the time that they were able to apply no more fear of being deported or separated from their families. If you qualify, because there is a limitation on the year that you arrive to the country, you have to have gone to school. But if you apply and submit all this documentation to USCIS, and then they will see and make sure that you don't have also a criminal record and fit all the criteria, then you get a work permit and you have no fear of being deported while you're in this program.
Well, you said it's life-saving, which indeed I'm sure it is. But some recipients, Natalia, as you probably know, say that the program itself does not actually provide enough protections for immigrants. So why is that?
Because the program is limited. Every 2 years, someone has to apply. For immigrants who are undocumented or without green card, well, without citizenship in this country, any type of criminal or civil interaction becomes an aggravated felony, perhaps, or 2 misdemeanors become an aggravated felony when you're undocumented. So if you're reapplying every 2 years, there are things like staying at a park that can get you out of being able to qualify, or if you jump the train style, things that folks in cities, for example, can find normal or will do because of need. The other thing is that if folks don't have the education component, they also were not able to apply. And the last thing, and very important, is that DACA has a specific date of entry. So it says that you needed to have entered the U.S. under the age of 15 and before 2007. And so now the people who came in throughout that time and qualify for that probably already applied. There's a percentage of folks who actually tried applying recently and were not able to be first-time applicants. And that's it. Other folks who are here undocumented or who might have arrived a month after the cut day for DACA cannot apply for it. And so it's very limited because of these many factors.
Well, right now, there are no protections for younger immigrants that may have previously been eligible for DACA. So how has this impacted their ability to do things like go to college or even get a job?
It impacts them greatly. There's states like New York where if you're undocumented but you grew up in the state helps you to go to college. There's other states where that's not the case. To work in the United States, especially if you want to be like a nurse or a teacher or any of these professions that require special licensing, if you don't have a social security number, you can't go to those professions. And so we have a need of workforce and a lot of people wanting to tap into those jobs and careers, but without a way or a venue to do it. Again, DACA provides a working permit for all these folks who have been here for a really long time, trying to figure out how to be part of the fabric of society. And that DACA provided that, but it hasn't been enough because it's very limited. And actually what we need is for Congress to push forward and pass a legislation that understand that these people are part of society, they're part of mixed families, mixed status families, or have maybe married or want to build their future here. And they need to be able to have opportunities to provide, to give back to the community and be able to say, you know, this is home, we are here to stay, and I want to be able to stay here without the fear of being deported.
So, Natalia, here we are, 10 years later, the future of DACA remains in jeopardy. So where does the fight actually go from here? What are people doing? What can they do?
The fight continues to be in Congress. We have to be able to push our legislators, both Democrats and Republicans to understand that the only solution that's going to benefit all the folks who are undocumented in this country is passing immigration reform or some type of updating rules or updating programs like DACA, for example, that have been here so that folks are able to, again, get a Social Security number, be able to have a work permit, and be able to contribute in the statistics about what these young adults have been able to do once given this opportunity are like remarkable. They're in the industry of healthcare, and under a pandemic, we've seen how important that is. A lot of them are teachers, a lot of them are homeowners, a lot of them are business owners. So we're talking about people that once given the opportunity have tried to do the best they can for themselves and who are also the people sustaining their families. So this is not only helping one individual, but households.
All right, Natalia Aristizabal, thank you.
Thank you.